Good morning. My name is Andree. I'm an instructor at the JCC Club. Really nice to be with you this morning. We're going to, as you can see in front of me, I have some props. I have 2 blocks and I have some with a half bolster. The half bolster is very useful if you need something underneath your ankles when you do child's pose or behind the knees in child's pose as well, depending on the issues of your knees. So let's begin by taking one of the block and sitting on the block. So you're going to cross your legs at the ankle. Place your hands on your knees. Just begin by breathing normally. Just noticing your breath. And as you breathe, begin to bring your awareness to also your posture. So you want to lengthen the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. You want to release the shoulders away from your ears. Taking one more deep breath here. And exhaling. So let's bring the palms together. It's just for a short moment. Let's focus. Let's center ourselves to prepare ourselves for this routine this morning. Continue to breathe, feeling the breath move through your chest, through your belly. And then release your hands to your knees again. Let's just take one side of your head and then gently bring the head out to the side. Come back to the center. And just do the other side, gently pulling the head out to the side. Feel that stretch on the side of your neck. And coming back to the center. Now hold on to your knee firmly, and as you inhale, pull on the knees to lengthen the spine to release the head of the shoulders away from your ears. And as you exhale, pull the abs in, round your back a little bit, lower the head. Let's do this again, inhaling and exhaling. Now you're going to take your block and place it to the side until we need it again. We may need it to do forward bend. So let me show you how you can use that prop. So people who have knee issue or who have ankle issue can benefit from bringing the top of their feet, their ankles, onto the bolster and walking the hands forward, pressing the hands forward, bringing your forehead to the floor. So for some of you, that may help out, but others may wish to place the bolster underneath their thighs so that as you can move forward to your child's pose, there is space between your knees. Okay, so you choose one of these, or you can simply stretch in child's pose. Now concentrate on the lengthening of the side body. Forehead is on the floor, and again, if your forehead doesn't touch the floor, you can put a block underneath your head. And then again, take a couple of breaths here. Feel the ribs expand against your inner thighs. Letting go of any anxiety of any things that may interfere with the peace of your mind. And now you're going to slowly shift onto your hands and knees. Starting with the neutral spine. You're going to inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, pull the belly in, drop the head forward, drop the tailbone, go into cat position. Again, inhaling, moving the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhaling. Let's take 3 more breaths this way. Exhaling. Now as you breathe with the movement of the spine, bring awareness to your arms. Are you pressing the floor with your palms so that the elbows are fully extended? Now you're going to tuck your toes under and gently press to downward facing dog. Continuing to be mindful of the breath, using the breath to go deeper into your pose. Lifting the tailbone. So if you still feel like, oh, my legs are so tight this morning, so let's begin by just slide your legs back a little bit. So slide your feet back a little bit, and then come to your heels, lift the tailbone, and then slowly begin to raise the heels down to the toward the floor, maintaining the height of your tailbone as much as you can. And let's do this again, inhaling, exhaling. And now as you inhale, lift the heels up, come forward to a plank. Holding the plank, and then exhaling, press back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, exhaling. Let's do this one more time. Inhaling, exhaling. Keep breathing. Feel the body responding to the breath. Now you can step your right foot forward. Pause there. We'll again continue to stretch the spine. So you inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, let's stretch back into a pyramid. Inhaling, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, stretch back. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling, exhaling, downward facing dog. Continuing to open the back of the knees, press in the front of the thighs, up and back. With your next exhalation, step your right foot forward, bring the back foot to the floor. And then inhale to warrior two. Extending both arms away from each other. You're going to turn your right palm up, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, you're going to shift into side angle stretch. Keep the back leg fully extended. It's really easy to forget the back leg. Inhaling, back to warrior two. Exhale to lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Like 5 breaths here. So when we go to the second side, I'm going to do so you can see me from the back, because the view is different, the action in the body as you move into your pose. So let's step the left foot forward, ground the back foot to the floor. Inhale, warrior two. And make sure that your knee is rotating out. Tailbone, the sitting bone dropping down and in. Now turn your left arm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, coming to side angle. Stretch. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale to lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Now let's repeat this, the pyramid pose. You're going to step your right foot forward. So this time, if you need blocks, if you felt, well, there was too much for me with that, having my hands on the floor, take the block on either side of your foot. Now you're going to bring your back foot to the floor, keep bending your front knee, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, press against the block, press against the floor, coming to a pyramid. Inhaling. Exhaling. Now you may feel the block on the high end is too much, so you could lower the block to the medium height. So let's do this one more time. Inhaling and exhaling. You can let your arms bend if you need to. Really releasing over the front leg. Breathing in, breathing out. For this position, you're going to keep the right block on the outside of your right foot. Place your right hand on the block. Let's place the other hand on the hip, and then begin to open up into triangle pose. And when you're ready, just let the top up float. Breathing, rooting to the back foot. And now exhaling. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot forward. Placing the block on the high end to stash, just to stash your flexibility. Bring your back foot to the floor. Exhaling, release. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, release. Inhaling, lengthen. Now you may want to switch to the lower block. Exhale. Now keeping the block on the outside of your left foot, place your left hand on the block, place your other hand on your hip, and begin to turn, twisting into triangle pose. Bring the arm up. Keep rooting to the back foot, rotating both thighs out, looking up, adjusting your top arm, and as you exhale, come back to lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And let's come to your knees. Extend your arms forward, bring your forehead to the floor. And again, you can use your prop either underneath the knees or underneath the ankles, or a block underneath your head. Keep the arms fully extended, so try to keep your elbows off the floor. And breathe in and breathe out. And let's return to downward facing dog. You step your right foot forward, step your left foot forward. Inhale, stretch your spine. Exhale, release. Fully, big, grab the back of your leg and then pulling on the ankles, bring your head closer to the floor. Keep the weight shifted toward your feet. Inhaling, bring your hands to the floor, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, release. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, Tadasana. Pause here in your Tadasana. Now bring the arms by your side. We're going to go into chair pose. You're going to inhale, bend your knees, stretch the arms up. Shifting the weight back toward your heels. Dropping the tailbone, lifting the pit of your stomach. Exhaling, release the forward bend. Inhaling, stretch the spine. Exhaling, step your left foot back. Inhaling, plank. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Pause there. Bring your back foot to the floor. Place your hands on your hips. Inhale, coming up. 2, warrior 1. Extend the arms over your head. Keep your back foot rooted. Exhaling to lunge position. Inhaling to plank. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Always take your time. Bring your back foot to the floor. Place your hands on your hips to come up. Inhale, extend the arms over your head. Exhale to lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale. Stretch the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, up. Exhale, Tadasana. Pause here. Then noticing the breath. And let's again start to the chair pose. Exhale, forward bend. Lifting the tailbone. dropping the crown of the head. Inhaling, stretch your spine. Exhaling, step your right foot back to lunge. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your right knee to the floor. Point the toes straight back. Inhaling, arms over your head, deep lunge. Exhaling, bring the palms together to the center of your heart. Inhale in the center. Exhale, twist. Bring your elbow to the outside of your knee. Breathing. Pressing the arm and knee against each other. And then inhaling back to the center. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot forward. Lower the knee down. Inhaling the arms up. Bring your palms to the center of your heart. And then twisting again. And coming to the twist. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling to downward facing dog. You're going to inhale your right foot forward. Lower your knee down. Pointing the toes. Inhaling, arms over your head. Exhaling. Palms to the center of your heart. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, twist to your side. You may want to pull the belly in. Lengthen the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Let's repeat this. Right foot forward. Left knee down. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale. Palms together. Inhale. And twist as you exhale. Inhale back to the center. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Then come to your knees. Point the toes. Stand on your knees. Okay, so you want to keep the hips moving forward. You're going to place your hands, your fingers in the bottom, the top of your sacrum. Press down, bring the elbows toward each other. Begin to lift between the shoulder blades. Let your head drop. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling to your heels. Stand on your knees again. Place your hands on your sacrum. Thumb there. Inhale, lengthen. Press the hips down. Open the chest. Let your head drop. And maybe you want to bring your hands to your heels. Come back. Sit down. So let's say, well, that's good. She can bring her hands to your heels, but how about me? I'm not quite there. So you're going to have the block by your side. Let's say a little experiment. When you use the block, I get into this pose, camel pose, a little differently. So when I use the block, I begin to press onto the block, stretch the hips forward, release back. And again, coming back to sit. Press your block to the side. Separate your knees a little wider, and then stretch the arms forward. Bring the forehead to the floor. Feel the stretching of tailbone again to the crown of the head. Open up your sacrum. Take deep breaths. Try to breathe through your nose. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And push away from the floor. So here you may want to use a bolster to sit down or your blanket. You're going to stretch your legs in front of you. Bend your right knee and place the foot on the outside of your left leg. Now, if you have knee issue, you may just want to stay here for the comfort of the knees. But if you don't, bend the other knee and then center yourself here with both legs crossed. Place your hands behind you, lengthen the spine, dropping the head and the shoulders down. Breathing in, breathing out. And now let's take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Walk your right hand more to the left buttock, then begin to pull on your knee, and then coming into your twist. Now, if that's a little too easy, what you're going to do is stretch your left arm out, bring the knee in, bring your elbow to the outside of your knee, and then twist. Pressing your knee and your elbow against each other, rooting the belly in, breathing in, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling, releasing to the twist. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, release. Come back to the center, and then extend your legs in front of you. Now bending the left knee, bring the foot to the outside of your right leg. Again, you know the position that works for you, so you can either bend the knee or just keep your leg extended. You lengthen the spine, so use your hands behind you to prop yourself up. And then again, you can hold on to the knee, or you can stretch your right arm up, twist, bring the elbow to the inside of the knee, press your knee and your arm against each other. Breathing in to lengthen, exhaling to release. Go deeper into the twist. And coming back to the center. Stretch both legs. And you may want, sometimes I like to use a block to do this one. Just place the block behind my feet, and then press the feet into the block to keep the spine lengthening. So let's say you cannot do that. Put the block to the side. Bring your hands on either side of your legs and see, can you keep lengthening the spine? So try not to do something like that. Try to lift the front of your spine, feeling the tailbone reaching back. Breathing in, breathing out. Then eventually you may want to bend the elbows and force yourself a couple of breaths, let your head release. And then when you do that, you may feel like, well, my head, this is not very comfortable for me. So you can place the block between your knees and then between your legs, and then bring your forehead to the block. And just take a few breaths here. And then slowly come up. Cross your legs at the ankles. So notice you may have crossed your leg the same way, so change. Bring the palms onto your knees to start to get the length in your spine. And now bring the palms together to the center of your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your head forward. Bow to yourself with gratitude. Namaste.